In the beginning, there was the endless summer. Then came Morning of the Earth. Now get ready for Bondi Tsunami.
Bondi Tsunami.
Bondi Tsunami.
Well, I'm here with the cast and crew from a movie called Bondi Tsunami.
Of endless summer and twist it with Japan.
When three first-time film producers came up with the idea to make a movie about the growing number of Japanese backpackers who come to
It's a Japanese surfing road movie filmed right across Australia, and we have no doubt it will become a cult classic.
Has there ever been a cooler road movie made in Australia?
Lucas, tell me, what made you think of making a Japanese surfing road movie in Australia?
I first started experimenting with the idea of making a surfing movie when I was at Melbourne Uni, but there was no surf in Glen Waverley, so it was more of a send-up of a surfing movie, more of a road movie than a surfing movie, but it would become a blueprint for the irreverent spirit of the Bondi Tsunami movie.
What's your name? Don't tell me about freedom, that's my game. If you don't fall.
But the real story of the Bondi Tsunami movie began on Bondi Beach as the Japanese surfing subculture blossomed in the late 90s.
おはようございます。
今朝はですね、南半球オーストラリアからサーフィンの話題ということなんですが、
一年中サーフィンが楽しめるシドニーのボンダイビーチ。
There were a lot of Japanese working holiday students living in Sydney, surfing by day, working in restaurants by night and learning English. So my brother-in-law Anthony, who was an English teacher for Japanese and a surfer, started a bilingual radio show on Bondi FM called the Tsunami Surf Show. Every Saturday morning on Bondi Beach, Anthony and his alias co-host Barney would play music and interview people, give surf reports and discuss Aussie surfing etiquette in an effort to include Japanese surfers in the Bondi surfing community. Two of Anthony's students who were regular guests on the Tsunami Surf Show were Yuto and Shark, and they were two friends that had come to Australia to surf and learn English and have a good time, and they were real characters and were extremely handsome to photograph.
We love Maroubra and Bondi Beach.
Shark was slightly more serious than Yuto, and Yuto was more playful.
I came here to get the great waves and to become all true broad person, you know.
So they became the original inspiration for the characters of Yuto and Shark. And I guess at that point I thought I'd like to make a film about Japanese surfers.
Well, on the shores of Bondi Beach today, there will be the Tsunami surfing competition, which aims to bring together Australian and Japanese surfers.
As an extension of his radio show, Anthony organised the first Bondi Tsunami surfing competition in conjunction with Let's Go Surfing, which was held on Bondi Beach.
To tell us more, we're joined now by competition organiser Anthony Smith and competitor Yuto Negishi. Good morning to both of you.
Morning, Helen.
Now, Anthony, this is the first time this bicultural surfing competition has been held. What do you hope to understand about each other's cultures by doing it?
Well, this year, this is the first Bondi Tsunami surfing comp to basically blend in Japanese into the community a bit more. I do a Tsunami surf show on Bondi FM 88, and in that I help them with surf etiquette, a little bit of Aussie culture. There used to be the koala buying, sort of jump back in the bus type, you know, Japanese tourists, but now they've been taken over by these backpackers and surf-crazed kids like Yuto here, the apprenticed Aussie bastard.
So you're finding there's a lot of interest in coming down here to either learn or to perhaps even go into a competition like yours?
Yes, I love surfing, and also there are a lot of good beaches in Sydney, and Australia is one of the surfing mecca of the world.
The Bondi Tsunami surfing competition ran for 3 years and grew into a whole beach event with live music and a bikini contest and a kendo demonstration and a thong kicking competition and a Japanese matsuri party afterwards with raffles and prizes to raise money for the Norman Andrews Home for the Needy of Bondi. And I couldn't help but take photos of these cute tanned manga cartoon-like characters with their bleach blonde hair against the Australian blue sky. In fact, there was one guy with dreadlocks and nobody knew his name, so we called him the Gunja Man, and he was so striking to look at that I knew that he had to be a character in the movie somehow. We also discovered Taki Abe, the star of the movie, on Bondi Beach. He was a competitor in the Bondi Tsunami surfing competition. The original Yuto and Shark had long left Australia by the time we started filming the Bondi Tsunami movie in September 2002. It wasn't something that the conventional Australian film industry would fund, as I wanted to make something very visual and colourful and surreal, like a comic book that played out to a soundtrack. I guess Bondi Tsunami has a very similar plot to The Wizard of Oz. Shark, the main character, picks up 3 characters or hitchhikers, Yuto, Kimiko and Gunja Man, on the yellow brick road to the Gold Coast. It's really about the enlightenment that Shark discovers on this psychedelic kitsch journey up the imaginary Pacific Highway from Bondi Beach to Surfers Paradise. We called it Bondi Tsunami in honour of the festival, and also because many Japanese are struck by the blue sky and the white sand when they first arrive. So Bondi is often the first port of call for Japanese surfers that come to Australia in search of sun, surf and salvation. Even to this day, people never cease to be amazed by the beauty of Australia and intrigued by the whole Bondi Beach surfing culture. So I guess the Japanese surfers are very much a part now of the history of Bondi.